ओके, सो द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट एंड ग्लोबल वार्मिंग। हम लोग कर रहे हैं हीट एंड एनर्जी फिजिक्स चैप्टर 6। सो ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट क्या होता है पहले ये समझ लो। 1824 में जोसेफ फूरियर discovered the greenhouse effect. It is the process of warming of planet's surface and its lower atmosphere by absorption of infrared radiations of long wavelength emitted out of the surface of a planet. मतलब प्लैनेट की सरफेस को वार्म करने का जो प्रोसेस है दैट इज बाय द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ इंफ्रारेड रेडिएशंस ऑफ लॉन्ग वेवलेंथ बाय लोअर एटमॉस्फेयर इज नोन एज ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. The solar radiations coming from sun have high energy radiations such as gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, ultraviolet rays, and low energy radiations such as visible light, infrared radiations, radio waves. But our Earth's atmosphere is transparent only for visible light and infrared radiations of short wavelengths. Gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays are absorbed by ozone layer surrounding the Earth, while infrared radiations of long wavelength and radio waves are reflected back into the space by uppermost layer of Earth's atmosphere, that is ionosphere, and the polar ice caps. तो बचे क्या फिर? The solar radiations which travel through the atmosphere of the Earth are absorbed by the clouds, Earth's surface, sea water, due to which Earth's surface gets heated up. Now, Earth's surface radiates मतलब absorbs and then throws out, radiates infrared radiations of long wavelength. For these radiations, Earth's atmosphere is opaque. These radiated infrared radiations of long wavelength, Earth atmosphere acts as an opaque body. So they are reflected back by the clouds and are absorbed by the gases present above the Earth's surface. Thus, clouds and gases prevent these long wave infrared radiations from escaping into the space. तुम्हें समझ में आया क्या हो रहा है? ये अगर डायग्राम देखोगे ना तो तुम्हें क्लियरली समझ में आएगा. रेडियो वेव्स एंड इंफ्रारेड रेडिएशंस ऑफ लॉन्ग वेवलेंथ फ्रॉम द सन, ठीक है, दे एंटर द अर्थ्स एटमॉस्फेयर. ठीक है, some are reflected back by ionosphere and some are reflected back by polar ice caps. But the ones which reach the Earth's surface, they are reflected back and are stopped by the uppermost layer of atmosphere and the clouds, and they are again sent back into the or near the Earth's surface, जहाँ पे कुछ gases हैं जिसको बोलते हैं हम ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस, जैसे कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, मीथेन है. These all gases, they absorb these long radiations, long wavelength radiations coming from the sun, and they warm up the planet's surface temperature. ठीक है, planet की surface को warm करते हैं, temperature बढ़ाते हैं. The gases which are good absorbers of long wavelength infrared radiations are called greenhouse gases. They are carbon dioxide, water vapors, methane, and chlorofluorocarbons. These gases contribute in trapping the heat energy within the atmosphere. The naturally occurring greenhouse gases have an average warming effect of nearly 33 degrees Celsius, so that the average temperature on Earth's surface is about 15.5 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. In absence of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, entire heat energy radiated from the Earth's surface and objects on it would escape out into the space, and then the average temperature on Earth would be minus 18 degrees Celsius or 0 degree Fahrenheit instead of being 15.5 or let's say 60 degree Fahrenheit in the absence of greenhouse gases. ठीक है, इसका मतलब है अर्थ का जो मीन टेम्परेचर है वो मेंटेन कौन करता है? ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस, ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. ठीक है, बट इसके कुछ फ्यूचर प्रोजेक्शंस है. इन रीसेंट डेकेड्स इट हैज बीन ऑब्जर्व दैट द इफेक्टिव टेम्परेचर ऑफ अर्थ सरफेस हैज राइजन बाय 0.74 plus minus 0.18 degree Celsius per decade for last 50 years since 1900. The rate of increase is 2.5 degrees Celsius per decade, nearly 3 times since 1970, and since 2000 it is much more. So it is expected that by the end of this century, the Earth's temperature will rise up to 64 degrees Celsius. The reason for this is the increase in the proportion of greenhouse gases present in the Earth's atmosphere, जिसके लिए ये climate warriors fight कर रहे हैं. Greta Thunberg and all, you might have heard about that. I'm not sure about that movement for which all the students from the colleges and the schools, they made an appeal to their respective governments to do something about the climate change, and this is the reason for that. So due to the increase of greenhouse gases, more heat radiations radiated from the Earth's surface are trapped in the atmosphere. It is believed that human activities are responsible for the increase in the greenhouse gases, namely the carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere. The main human activities responsible for increase of carbon dioxide are burning of fuels, deforestation, transportation and industrial production, particularly cement factories. Increase of population, human beings emit nearly 32 gigatons of carbon dioxide each year. Imbalance of carbon dioxide cycle, the oxygen does not absorb full amount of carbon dioxide and vegetables are not able to change all the carbon dioxide into oxygen. The increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide above human activities, due to the above human activities, is responsible for 60% increase in greenhouse effect. Apart from this, rice cultivation, animal husbandry, natural gas exploration, burning of biomass and clearing of forests, and leakage in natural gas pipeline has doubled the concentration of methane, which is also responsible for the increase in greenhouse effect. Thus, the increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere enhances the greenhouse effect and causes global warming. So now we come to the main topic, that is global warming. Global warming means the increase in the average effective temperature near the Earth's surface due to an increase in the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Our Earth gets heated up due to absorption of visible and short wavelength infrared radiations received from sun. The greenhouse gases, namely carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane, chlorofluorocarbons, trap the infrared radiations of long wavelength emitted from Earth's surface and thus keep the Earth's surface warm at an average temperature of 15.5 degrees Celsius. And it has been observed that in recent decades, ये मैंने अभी पढ़ा था, सेम चीज़ वो लोग बता रहे हैं, तो टेम्परेचर विल रीच अप टू 64 डिग्री सेल्सियस बाय द ईयर 2100 अगर इसी तरीके से हम आगे बढ़ते रहे. एन इंक्रीज इन एवरेज टेम्परेचर ऑफ अर्थ implies an increase in the amount of greenhouse gases present in its atmosphere so that they could trap more heat radiated from Earth's surface. It is believed that human activities such as burning of fossil fuels, industrial growth, clearing of forests, use of automobiles, etc. have played a significant role in increasing greenhouse gases, particularly carbon dioxide. इसके causes यहाँ पे दिए हैं वो लोगों ने. The cause of global warming is the increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases due to human activities. इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ, कंबशन ऑफ फॉसल फ्यूल्स, क्लियरिंग ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, इससे 25% बढ़ गया है कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. मीथेन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन डबल हो गया है ड्यू टू एग्रीकल्चर सोर्सेज सच एज राइस कल्टिवेशन, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, नेचुरल गैस एक्सप्लोरेशन, बर्निंग ऑफ बायोमास, क्लियरिंग ऑफ फॉरेस्ट्स एंड लीकेज इन नेचुरल गैस पाइपलाइन. Concentration of chlorofluorocarbons has increased at the rate of 5% per year. Thus, increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere enhances the greenhouse effect and hence causes global warming. इसके impact क्या है global warming के? एक तो climate change हो रहा है, which has created difficulty and forced people to migrate from one places to another. This is a very recent and very concerning change which is happening around us. The change in blooming season of different plants is the reason of greenhouse effect, global warming. The change in regional climate, which has immediate effect on simple organisms and plants. The change in the world's ecology. The increase in the heat strokes, death. Future predictions. With the present rate of increase in greenhouse effect and global warming, it is predicted that average temperature of Earth's surface will become 64 degrees Celsius by the end of 2100. Although it is not possible to make very accurate predictions on the impact for the future, but it's still looking at the changes in some natural phenomena which we are facing now, following predictions can be made. Dislocation and disappearance of plants and animal species. At the present rate of increase of greenhouse effect, it is expected that nearly 30% of plants and animal species will vanish by 2050 and up to 70% by the end of 2100. This will disrupt ecosystem. The animals from the equatorial region will shift to higher latitudes in search of ice and cold regions. The absorption of carbon dioxide by ocean will cause acidification, due to which marine species will migrate. Warming of oceans. The temperature of oceans will increase, due to which many species in the ocean will either die or will disappear, while various other species which prefer warm water will increase tremendously. Melting of glacier. Due to global warming, the frozen tundra in Siberia has started melting. Greenland has experienced 32 glacial earthquakes in 1 year. The Arctic snow cover is expected to be ice free by the end of September 2037. The global average sea level has risen at a rate of 3.1 millimeter per year. This rate of rise is expected to increase in future. It is also expected that the amount of oxygen dissolved in ocean will decrease, which will have adverse effect on the marine life. Very concerning and scary. Shift in farming region. In near future, warming of nearly 3 degrees Celsius will result in poor yields in farm in low latitude region and will increase the rise of malnutrition. The crop yield is expected to increase in middle and high altitude latitude region. Therefore, farmers will have to shift their farming region from low latitude to high latitude. Increase in new diseases and heat related deaths. Due to global warming, many new diseases will emerge because bacteria can survive better when even viruses. COVID is the reason of that. In increased temperature, and they can multiply faster. It will extend the distribution of mosquitoes due to increase in humidity levels and their frequent growth in warmer atmosphere. This will result in increase in many new diseases. Apart from it, the deaths due to heat stroke will also increase. Change in regional climate. It is expected that warming over land will increase and it will be maximum at high northern latitudes while minimum over southern ocean. The frequency of hot extreme heat waves and heavy precipitation will also increase. Variable changes in the climate. The variable changes in the climate will result in the increase in number of people suffering from death diseases, injuries from floods, storms and droughts. Increase in the cost of air conditioning. Due to warming effect, the cost of air conditioning will increase and will consume more electrical energy. Change in sea level. Due to melting of ice, the area of ice around both poles is shrinking. It is expected that in next 50 years, the ice at both poles will melt completely and therefore the sea level will rise. Buildings and roads in the coastal areas will get flooded and they could suffer damage from hurricanes and tropical storms. And we are seeing right now, it is January and it is so warm outside. I'm using air conditions right now. I never have experienced using air conditions in the month of January, but it is so warm outside. I have to use the air condition. There is no other alternative. This is very strange. Ways to minimize the impact of global warming. There are three main measures which must be taken: technological measures, economic measures, and policy measures. These measures are interrelated and must be taken simultaneously. For technological measures, the use of renewable source of energy to generate electricity in places of generating electricity from fossil fuels based power plants should be motivated. Change of transportation vehicles and use of biochar stoves for cooking should be motivated. Okay, so there are some details given here about that. If you stop using fossil fuel based power plants, which will result in less you can say production of greenhouse gases, and global warming can be checked. but it seems that fossil fuels are more and more in use since the development of infrastructure and growth in population is unchecked. So 21.3% of total greenhouse gases are produced by the fossil fuel based power plants. Change of transportation vehicles such as lorry, truck, etc., that are presently in use in transportation are run by internal combustion engine, and they contribute to nearly 14% of total greenhouse gases emission. Such vehicles must be switched to battery operated vehicles, which will reduce carbon dioxide emission drastically. For changing the battery, electricity generated from renewable sources must be used. Further, the vehicles must be used at their full capacity and the size of vehicles must be reduced. Then there are some biochar stoves. In developing countries, biomass is mostly used for cooking. In rural areas in India also it is used, which also contributes significantly in the increase of greenhouse gases. For burning the biomass, new technology must be used to burn it in absence of air. Specially constructed stove known as biochar stove. It will release the smokeless combustible gases methane and hydrogen, leaving charcoal residue which can be buried in the soil. Economical measures. See, there are, I think, reforestation and sustainable use of land, and industries to pay carbon tax can really help checking the production of greenhouse gases. Reforestation is planting the trees again and again and again in all the areas from which trees are being cut on regular basis, right? So planting of trees will check the deforestation, and it will help in reducing global warming by absorbing greenhouse gases on a large scale. Industries which emit a lot of carbon dioxide should be asked to pay carbon tax, which can be calculated on the basis of carbon emission which happens from that industry. Number of employee hour and turnover of the industry can also give us the idea about how much carbon tax that industry has to pay. This will encourage the industry to use the energy efficient offices and to avoid the traveling of its employee by having टेलीकॉन्फ्रेंसिंग, जो हम लोग ने कोविड के टाइम पे किया हुआ है, राइट? सो दैट इज सो नाइस. Policy measures to check global warming. Government must take the following two policy measures: educating children to live sustainable lifestyle. Sustainable, this word is very important. And controlling population through family planning, welfare reforms and empowerment of women. So we need to educate our children, you guys, that the genuine happiness lies in less competitive and more cooperative society, right? You have to become a minimalist. Use less and less things in your life. Don't use unnecessary, don't buy unnecessary products. Consuming more and buying more must not be the aim for life. For sustainable life, we must make full use of what we have. The materialistic gain gives a temporary pleasure. Very important. Controlling population through family planning, welfare reforms and empowerment of women. The world population is expected to increase from 7.1 billion in the year 2012 to 9.15 billion by the year 2050, with most of the growth taking place in developing countries. This needs to be controlled. Population growth can be controlled through various measures: free and easy access to family planning, welfare provisions to encourage small families, and the empowerment of women through education and freedom to choose their future career, because the educated women are more conscious about family planning due to their career commitments. So nice and so logical. Recently, in the 21st yearly 2015 United Nations Climate Change Conference CUP21 CMP11 held in Paris from November 30 to December 12, 2015, each nation has expressed a deep concern on the present rate of increase of greenhouse gases, and it is committed to limit the global warming. So you must have heard about President Trump of United States of America. He was in a denial mode that there is no such thing as climate change, and that is so stupid. and we all know that how is Trump thinking and what is he doing all about it. So Greta Thunberg, as I told earlier, has done a great job in this, and I think you should all support what is happening in this field in different ways in which you can. Okay, so this is the end of the chapter. I hope you understood all the topics. I'll see you in the classroom. Bye bye.